very happy he didn't have to cut weight for this fight, too.
Absolutely. Thrilled. He couldn't talk enough about that on Wednesday. Just doesn't believe he has the frame to make a title run necessarily at 45.
Well, he's probably right. But still, it's amazing to see how good he looks here.
Yeah, because Brian's a 35-pounder himself.
Yes,
you know, he just needs a lot of time in order to make the weight. But that's why he looks big. He's fighting another guy from his weight class just up.
But this really speaks to one of the great debates in MMA is weight cutting and how to stop it and how to make guys fight at their natural weight, how to make everyone fight at their natural weight.
I don't think that's possible. Like, weight cutting is just a part of what we do, you know?
All right, this corner cam is brought to you by Body Armor, the official sports drink of UFC. Grab one today at Casey's.
Come on. You got this shit. He's tired now. He can get you down the last time. Breathe.
Let me work this cut, guys. Brian, when he's backing up, when you come forward, when you shoot the shots, you have to feint that out, okay? You got to look for the uppercut a little bit more. Okay. Maybe a little bit of a knee. Once you start coming into him, right, I want you to feint, and I want you to throw the knee down the middle, okay? All right? Work some.
Phenomenal work by Ricky Simon. Look at this. Ducks under the punch, takedown. And he did this over and over again. Tremendous top pressure and ground and pound. And there's an elbow in here that caused the cut. We'll see if we can isolate that. I believe that was it right there, right? Just wicked control, ground and pound by Ricky Simon, tremendous pace, and just beautiful timing, too. When Kelleher would think he was there, he would throw a big punch. Ricky would change levels and get that takedown.
Cutman Teddy Lucio did a pretty good job on that Kelleher wound. We'll see how it holds up. Simone attacks the body.
Good low kick by Kelleher. He could use more of those to slow down some of the movement of Ricky Simon. Ooh, good jab by Simone.
He's throwing that half jab, long jab after the first one.
Oh! Front kick up the middle. Nice.
It's short jab, long jab for Simone right now.
Woo!
See it? It's like short jab, long jab. Tries to get Kelleher to react, and then he pops one down the middle. You heard the corner of Kelleher telling him to get going. You know, take a drink and get going. Let's see if Brian Kelleher can get Ricky Simon to stop pursuing him long enough for him to lead the dance a little bit, to start some of these exchanges.
5 bonuses in 10 UFC fights coming in for Brian Boom Kelleher. He's been a real promotional workhorse since his UFC debut in 2017.
Kelleher looks for that high kick. His corner wants him to catch Ricky with the knee as he's coming in for that takedown. And went up the middle again with that front kick. Look at this, though. Rolls right into a leg lock. Oh, Ricky Simon with some good hammer fists to get out of that, right to that cut.
I would throw that front kick again. I mean, if Simone's not seeing it, and it's landing as cleanly as it has the first couple times, Kelleher should throw it again.
Ricky Simon is just tireless in this fight. Look at the pace he's pushing.
He never stops. He's constantly in your face.
Ooh. Kelleher doing a nice job raising the guard to prevent the spinning back fist from getting through. Under 3 minutes here to go in round 2. Keith Peterson keeping a close eye on that cut.
Oh.
Simone picking his spots well on the feet here in this round.
Kelleher's just having a hard time finding his openings, you know? Ricky's just constantly on a good check there by Simone.
Yeah.
There's a good left hand by Kelleher.
And now he's getting to go forward a little bit.
There's a good combination followed by the inside low kick. Ooh, he checked that one. Went to it again. That's 2 that he slammed right into the shin above the knee.
It's not deterring Simone. It's not making him slow down either.
Not at all. Kelleher looking for that guillotine.
They're wet now, yes.
So aware.
Yeah, they're wet, and Simone is so aware of what he's trying to do now. We asked him about that. We asked him if the takedowns were going to not be as aplenty because of the guillotine threat. And he said, no, I'm going to do my thing. I'm just going to pick my spots and set them up the right way. And to this point, he's done that. Even when he doesn't take the shot, he will change his level and just drive his shoulder into Brian Kelleher and give him the idea that he's coming for a takedown. So it never allows him to get completely comfortable on his feet.
Simone working in front of his outstanding group of coaches. Fabiano Scherner, Colin Oyama, Tyson Nam in there as well. Kelleher back to his feet. Just over a minute to go here, round two.
For Brian Kelleher, this has got to be very frustrating. Just can't quite seem to get that offense going. And he can't keep Ricky off him.
Absolutely. You know, we've seen that on a couple of occasions tonight, right? Where the guy's always got you backing up. You never get to control. You never get to dictate. And Ricky Simone is doing it to Brian Kelleher.
And not even a reset from Simone. It's just right back to more offense. Lands the uppercut there, and now a big right.
Beautiful pull and fire.
But as we saw in the Marquez fight, you know, it ain't over till it's over. You know, all Brian Kelleher has to do is just really let his hands go and kind of go for broke. And let's see what the message is in the corner to Brian Kelleher after he goes back, after what seems like another round that he may have lost to Ricky Simone. Or probably lost to Ricky Simone.
Well, if he didn't, someone needs to get fired.
Well, that's the problem. I say probably because, you know, stuff happens.
Stuff does happen.
Stuff happens.
Less than he used to.
Yes.
Oh, Kelleher landed a good front kick to the body at the end. It seemed like it was at the buzzer, and Ricky might have relaxed. I'd like to see that again.
Better round, Brian. Much better.
Is the water?
You gotta fire off more, Brian.
You got to go for it
You
now.
gotta be turning the fire. You can't just let him punch.
You're capable of hurting him, Brian.
Go.
How's your calf feel? Yeah.
You're fine.
You keep throwing that too. The feints are really working too. Try to go back to the snap upstairs a little bit more, okay? Yeah. I want to see more uppercuts. I want you to put combinations together. Empty it out. Let's get this, dude. We could get this.
Let's take a look. This is the end of the round. This is, oh, it was low. That's what it was. It looked like he was apologizing, but I thought perhaps it landed at the buzzer, but it landed low.
Let's go. All right, round three is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC. Kelleher would appear to need a finish here in this third and final round to dispose of Ricky Simone. Simone trying to make it 3 straight wins.
The corner of Kelleher were very encouraged after that round. Told him it was a much better round, but is much better going to be enough? You got to really press Ricky Simone, make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, much better. Still has him losing the round. He did land a couple of good front kicks, one to the face that was nice, but really just has not done anything that would warrant, you know, a 10-9 on any judge's scorecard that's sane.
He said that's sane.
Like, you got to be careful. I mean, you have to have caveats when you're talking about judging.
Nice jab there from Brian Kelleher.
I mean, Brian almost should consider just going out guns blazing.
Well, we saw Julian Marquez do that.
Ooh, nice low kick by Simone. But the thing is, Simone is just so threatening. You can't really open up. And
yeah, well, that happens, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you try to go for a spinning back elbow, Simone just changes levels under it, and now he's got his back. You know, so Kelleher now needs to try to get his hip out, put that lock on a hip. You cannot defend these locks from the back when it's in the middle. You got to isolate a hip, start driving your elbow back inside to try to clear and break that lock.
And Ricky Simone is just relentless. Look at him here.
I thought threatening was a great word as well. There is no safe zone when you're fighting Ricky Simone, and the clock is his friend here. 3.5 minutes to go.
Brian Kelleher was able to reverse the position there, get his back to the center. He should have tried to straighten his arm out, push off the shoulders and get back to space. But instead he stayed close, and now he finds himself right back in this position with Ricky Simón, where Simón wants to be.
Also, the problem is even if when he does get space, he's constantly being threatened by takedowns.
Yes, and backing up.
Yeah.
Right, the whole time he's backing up.
It's just stylistically, you know, we knew this was going to be a crazy fight, but Ricky Simón is just rising to the occasion in a really, really impressive way.
And every time Kelleher tries to sell out for the guillotine, Simón just stays controlled, arches into him, and gets his head out.
He's just all over him and one step ahead at every turn. Brian, though, keeps going for this Kimura.
Well, Kelleher will never quit on himself.
No.
The guy's always going to continue to try to win. Just right now, he's fighting a guy that has the type of style that really does cause him problems.
It's so hard to get this technique on a big, strong guy, too. When guys have a lot of physical strength and explosive energy, it's just really difficult to get this Kimura on them.
A lot of times whenever you get guys in Kimuras, when you get the Kimura trap, they panic and they freak, start making big movements, and then you kind of build and bridge back into them so that you're on top. It's hard to just Kimura somebody from the bottom if they just stay composed, as Ricky Simón is doing right now.
Yeah,
and look at him kind of locking the hand, almost reverse moving.
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
He just attacks the hand. He attacks your lock and puts you almost in the reverse Kimura.
He's got Brian in real trouble because he's on top. This is a much better position to attack with it. And then he's using it to maintain top position. What has he got here?
Power half, where you just kind of push the head down, use your other hand, almost crowbar it over.
Nice job by Kelleher to scramble back to his feet. Coming up on 90 seconds, though, to go.
It's time for Boom to empty the gas tank, man. Boom's got to just go crazy. He's got to say, you know, to heck with it. Throw caution to the wind and get out to the center and just start letting things fly.
Maybe even some stronger language than heck.
You know, sometimes, Joe, I got to catch myself. There's been a few times where I almost cussed, and that was one of them.
So 3 times already in Ricky Simón's UFC career, he has had 7 takedowns in a UFC fight. He's sitting on 6 here tonight.
Oh.
Let's get up, Brian. Let's get up. Everything you got. Everything you got. You got a minute. You got a minute.
I mean, this is as clear a victory as Ricky Simón's ever had in his career.
Yep.
He's just overwhelming Brian.
And when he can fight like this, man, because of his ability to prepare, to wrestle for 15 minutes, when he can fight like this, he's a problem. He's a real problem for a lot of guys whenever he can just dictate to them. You got to be able to stop these takedowns and make him fight where he's uncomfortable. And as he continues to improve, John, I don't know where he's uncomfortable at.
And he's got a 25-minute style if you think ahead to a potential championship trajectory. But you remember the debut in 2018, a win over Merab Dvalishvili that has aged most gracefully.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
when
that
you
front
see
kick.
how good Dwab is.
Yeah. And the reason is because he can defend the takedowns of Merab, right?
Oh, front kick up the middle again by Kelleher. And you got to remember that the kid's 28 years old.
Right.
He keeps getting better.
Great performance for Ricky Simón tonight. Brian Kelleher appearing to acknowledge as much. Some early adversity, of course, for Kelleher with the cut. Fought through it as best he could. But tonight belongs to Ricky Simón, who is likely going to be 18-3 here in a matter of moments.
I mean, just a fantastic performance by Ricky Simón. Let's take a look at it. Right here you see him popping that jab, changing levels, sets Brian Kelleher down, spent the vast majority of the first round in his position. This elbow cut Kelleher up very early. Watch him turn this elbow over from the top position. Fights inside with the hands, elbow lands, cuts Boom up. Slip, right back into another double leg. And the way he's finishing it, he's just sitting him down to his hips. This was the best technique that Kelleher landed all fight. He did this 3 times. Boom, right in the face. Leaves it up there. Simón catches it. Level change by Ricky Simón. Immediately locks his hands. Kelleher tries to go guillotine. Ricky's well aware of it. Some beautiful ground and pound by Ricky Simón. And just once again was able to fight his fight and dominated a very tough Brian Kelleher.
All right, the official decision is brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. Guaranteed Rate can save you money on your monthly mortgage payment. Visit rate.com to get started. And with the scorecards is Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27 for the winner by unanimous unanimous decision, Ricky Simone.
A clean wall-to-wall effort out of Ricky Simone tonight. A lot of mutual respect.